Hello and welcome to the Guide Brigade podcast episode 46. My name is Mike and I'm here with Sam.
Yo, what up, guys? We're reaching in on a huge milestone in Garlic Brigade. We're about to hit the half century of episodes. So yeah,
Half century,
we're gonna hit episode 50 for the half century mark.
I guess.
Yes,
We'd have a way to word it.
it's
Not
the way
gonna
we're
lie.
gonna word it. Okay.
It's okay.
So we don't have anything planned of episode 50 yet at the moment, but we'll think of something.
Hopefully.
Okay. Now, you might be like, where have you guys been? And that's what we're going to tell you right now. Yeah, we've been quite busy actually with
Busy.
some personal stuff, work-related issues and stuff, and also just having a small break. We were like scattered all around, so we didn't have time to record. Mike did record some stuff, but I'm actually been busy pretty much around the clock, so I haven't been able to. So in the meantime, why don't you just check out some other stuff? You know, just watch some other stuff, rewatch some episodes. It was a great way to listen to your favorite dudes speak. But yeah,
And hopefully by then we can get some other stuff up on the channel.
yes, indeed. And now, based off our last discussion on our previous episode, we were discussing the movie Elementals, and if we were going to watch it when we had free time. I still think it's airing in cinema, but we're still pretty busy these next couple days, so we're probably gonna miss it.
Yeah, most likely.
And I've heard mixed reviews, so like I'm not actually sure if it was gonna be good or not. So maybe one day we'll come back and make that decision to rewatch it.
Maybe. Also, I was ill the day we were going to watch it.
Yeah, we did plan to watch it, and then Mike
I
decided
followed.
to catch like some elementals. Like he caught like the
Some elementals.
yeah he caught like the water droplets and that now stuck in his nose and throat, which caused a throat and nose infection.
Yes. I don't think it was that, but yeah.
It was definitely that. And then he also had like pretty much a heat stroke, so that's another elemental.
Heat stroke, yeah. In the middle of winter, yeah, let's go.
Well,
Anything else to add to this?
he had a heartburn. I mean, that's what I was trying to get at. I said heat
Oh,
stroke.
bro.
Another elemental reaction. See, that's two elementals. And just to top it off, those are the two main elements in the show Elemental.
Technically movie, but yeah.
Yeah, see, like that's how much Mike wanted to see it. He caught the elementals.
I caught them myself for real, so I couldn't watch them. No.
Okay. So, let's talk about some big stuff.
Oof.
So the big one is as you guys probably know, we are huge. Well, I think I'm more huge than Mike, but
Probably. Most likely.
we are pretty much anime nerds.
Yeah.
Otakus, weebs, whatever you want to call us. Because we consume pretty much the world of anime. And it doesn't have to be anime itself, it could be manga or video games or other stuff.
Other stuff related to it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm more into the anime and gaming side, whereas Mikey is more into the gaming side because he plays Genshin. But
I guess.
Mike is a sucker for one of the world's biggest anime franchises, Pokemon. Yeah, so and he's slowly falling in love with anime. Slowly,
I guess.
very slowly.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, yes. I mean, he does have anime memes on his phone, so we're already going down the path.
Yeah.
And what happens is during when this recording comes out, so it's probably on the weekend like the previous weekend. I don't know when this video is going to be posted. Like it happened a couple weekends ago, and like the basically the beginning of this month,
So the beginning of July.
July. Yeah,
So the 1st and 2nd of July, I believe.
yeah, pretty much. We went to not AX, not Anime Expo. We're not that rich.
We don't even live over there.
Yeah, I'm saying we're not that rich. We didn't catch a plane to go just to Anime Expo.
No.
You've pretty much like if you were going to a plane, right? Just for an anime event, or like just for an event, like not even an anime event, just for an event, like you've got to be pretty like loaded to like throw a lot
Yeah,
of
you
money
gotta be
just to go
pretty
to that event,
stacked.
right? Whereas like usually when people go, like let's say the event is on that time, but you're probably gonna go for more of a holiday as well. You kind of got
I
what I'm
guess.
saying? Because you're
Sure.
not
Yeah.
like let's say I'm not gonna pay like $1,000 flight ticket for 2 days of or 3 days of a convention, right? And then like pay like return trip, unless you're like either really rich or like you are a content creator who pretty much needs, you know what I mean, like pretty much
Someone doing it for
content.
business.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you let's say you do go, I'd rather like you like probably spread the time length a lot more, and that way you get a holiday out of it, and then you're there at that convention or whatever.
Like, yeah, like a week or two or something.
Right, right,
Yeah, like holiday. Why not?
right.
Be
But then
fun.
that's pretty much. I don't know if it increases the money because like I would say that having the price of the tickets go up is because like that's because of the day of the convention. I think if you think about it, like you were going for like 3 days, and let's say like everyone's trying to book for the convention, like the prices are higher than if you're booking for a holiday. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Sure.
Because they
So maybe.
scale, there's legit the airlines do scale it up based on like you know what I mean. Like I've seen it happen. Like I've seen it happen with big sporting events.
Would they adjust it
Mainly
and whatnot?
what we're saying.
Would they adjust the pricing, like,
Right,
accordingly?
right. Like, as in, like in the World Cup last year, like if you wanted to go for like a couple of games, or let's say you flew out and like you arrive there just for the games and you leave, the price is insane than it is just go for going. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Anyway, it's completely sidetracked. We went to the smaller, but in my opinion, superior. I only said that because we went there. Convention, called Smash, in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah,
And yeah, we had a great time there.
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We threw a lot of money into the furnace, but it's all
True.
good. It's worth it.
Burn forever.
It's worth it in my opinion. Figurines and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
Key,
posters
like
and
yeah,
whatnot.
like just supporting your local artists because like of course going to artist booth is probably the best thing. I'd rather like support them as much as I do like supporting by getting actual figures. Like I think supporting artists is fun. It's cool.
Yeah, it's probably great.
Yeah, and walking around, seeing like-minded people, talking to like-minded people, seeing cosplayers. Um,
Taking photos of
yeah,
cosplayers,
asking for photos for cosplayers.
engaging in activities.
Yeah, just a chill overall time. Yeah, until
Yeah.
you're arguing with other people about who's best girl. Um,
Or you start sweating or get tired from walking.
no, that's standard, bro. Arguing with best girl is like the hardest thing to do. 'Cause you're defending your pride on the line.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, you just
Yeah,
have
but top
to
it up, it's
argue better.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
And
say who I argued with or what I argued with. All I'm gonna say is that I stand with what I said.
sure. Man went off, as they said.
Yeah, and yeah, just like it's an overall chill event. Would we go
I
there
mean,
next year? Probably.
probably. I mean, I'm happy it wasn't as packed as last year,
Oh yeah, we
to
went
be
there
honest.
last year because of post COVID, of course. And everyone had previous tickets from previous years because they
Yeah,
so they said, and then it became overpacked. But it's still
true.
a fun event. Um,
I heard ASX was really packed.
yeah,
Yeah.
AX was packed.
IX, sorry, not. Yeah, not ASX or AX, yeah. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I overall enjoyed it.
yeah, and then of course if AX was packed and there was like not only just anime was packed with anime, I think there was a lot of VTuber stuff, and then there was a lot of like gaming related. There was like Honkai,
Yeah.
Honkai, was it Impact? No, what am I saying? It's Honkai
What?
Star Rail, the new one, Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah. I mean, there's
My
a lot
brain.
of things and whatnot.
I haven't played Honkai Star Rail. I'm Genshin.
I
I
mean, I just
can't
don't want
add more
another
gacha games.
Hi, yeah, that's same with me. I just don't want to add another gacha. I have already two. Good enough.
Even though I think March 7th and like Civil War are incredibly designed characters.
I mean, we can argue that all day.
I mean, I think they're incredibly designed. I think Kafka is also incredibly designed. I think they've got like
Oh
phenomenal
yeah,
design.
I'm not saying they're not, but I'm saying we can just probably gush over them for like end of time, to be honest.
Yeah,
But that's not what we're here for.
that's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much an overall fun event. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this just proves that, like, again, like anime is becoming more mainstream as more people then with each year. Like, I think there's an increase, and like tickets are selling out much faster.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's gonna keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and of course, exciting anime announcements at the AX. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever's happening, and yeah, I want to keep discussing anime in the future on this podcast, but there's enough anime talk. There is something important we need to discuss
Yeah.
right now.
Sure.
And I'm giving this. We haven't forgotten about you guys, okay? For all you Americans out there, we would like to wish you guys a happy 4th of July.
Oh yeah. 4th
Yeah,
of July.
that happened.
That happened a couple days ago now.
All right,
Yeah.
now Mike, salute to the flag, and start singing the national anthem.
Am I supposed to do that off the top of my head?
Okay, I'm joking with you. We're Australians. We don't know the national anthem.
National anthem.
But
for America, yeah.
We thought we'd come up with a way to celebrate. So we are going to sit here and discuss some of our favorite things either America invented or some other American things. We can sound a bit American.
Okay.
Mike, you go first.
Oh,
What do you think 4th of July means to you? And something American.
It's probably patriotic. You know, it makes you feel American, makes you feel free and independent from those tea drinkers over there. And you know, it's just a day to celebrate. And fireworks.
Okay.
And guns, I guess, I don't know. That too. And bald eagles flying everywhere. As exaggerated as possible.
YouTube. Do not take some of what he said. Do not take some of what he said. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Now, what's your favorite American thing? It's not canned cheese.
Not canned cheese. How about cream cheese? Not cream cheese. Wait, no, that is canned cheese cream cheese? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm talking about the spray can cheese. That's not the one thing.
So we're both talking about the same thing. Okay, sure.
We are not celebrating that. That's the one thing that we're probably not celebrating Americans.
Fake cheese.
Something American, like something American. It could be a president like that you really admire. It could be like Donald Trump, or it could be like it's something you saw. If you we did go one time to America. We went on a trip. It was fantastic. Maybe something you saw over there, or maybe an American item. I don't know, something American.
The big cities, like actually for real, like New York was really big, or New York City itself was really big, and at times you couldn't even see the sun, and it was like an experience to say the least.
Yeah, it's an experience. It's truly. They say, Americans say that the city that never sleeps.
Truly.
Yeah, it truly is. Like I'm not saying I don't believe them when they said that. Like it's just something that you have the experience firsthand.
Yeah. Because you hear people like 3 AM still running around and all that.
Yeah.
From like the streets and all that. Driving, just hanging.
Yep.
How about you? What do you think?
Well, when I think of America. I think the city of freedom. And I'd like to think that America is one of the most freest countries on earth. Well, we say that.
We say
And
that to an
like, yeah,
extent.
we say that to an extent. Like, that's true. Like, I know that not every country, is free, but American is known for that. So I just gotta say it.
It's known for their freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, but I'd like to say, of course, I want to talk about my guys,
Your guy.
Abraham Lincoln, the legend,
Oh, Big Abe.
Big Abe. We used to go way, but no, I'm joking. Yeah, we used to go way back. Nah,
Definitely.
I'm just messing with you guys. Yeah, Big Abe. He was an awesome man,
Definitely.
and he did some great stuff.
Yeah.
And I also
Oh.
want to do a tribute to the Statue of Liberty
Ooh.
that symbolizes freedom.
True. Truly.
It's
Statue of
truly
Liberty.
it's truly inspiring. When you look at the Statue of Liberty, it is truly inspiring. We did get our chance. I think when we went, we did have
Yeah,
the
we did
chance to
good.
see. Yeah, it is truly
It was really
inspiring.
cold.
Yeah, we're in winter
Yeah. Pretty good
now.
though.
Any last words to our American viewers and friends?
I hope you enjoyed the 4th of July, your Independence Day.
Yeah, I hope you guys had like
Um
lots of fireworks.
Lots of fireworks, lots of fun, stay safe out there. Um and yeah, I hope you just enjoy the celebration, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Thumbs up all around.
Yes. And that is wrapping up our American talk.
Sure.
Yeah, we need to brush up a lot more on our American culture. There's like a lot I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we know an extent of it
Yeah,
from media.
yeah, media definitely like going on like social media. You definitely get exposed to the world, but then you've got like people that like you could tell are like Americans.
Yeah.
I've seen the memes where the guy legit posts like something about like, oh, like this is America. No, no, that was the internet. I
Yeah.
think he was posting on Facebook. This is America. Like, no, 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 no. This is the World Wide Web. All
True. I
right.
agree, man. You
Speaking
know
of
what that reminded
American,
me
what were we
of?
saying?
Wait,
Go
wait,
ahead.
wait, before you continue. I don't know why, but it reminded me of that meme where it has like a skeleton and it says, "What's a kilometer?" Like, what the heck is a kilometer? And I don't know, I just find that funny. Because you know how they use miles and
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I don't know, I just got reminded of that and it's just funny.
The metric system.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean the freedom units all the time, but yeah.
of course. I
Mm,
mean we don't use them, so yeah.
yeah.
For rent.
Well, we do use them for some things.
I guess.
We use inches to measure how high we are in basketball. That's the one thing I think we use them for. Feet and inches. I think that is the one thing we use them for.
Maybe?
I think it is
I'm
because
not sure.
yeah, I'm not
Let's
sure.
be
But other
honest.
than that, like I don't see the metric, not the metric, the freedom units being used any other way.
Wait, did we say metric?
No, I said freedom.
We talking about the Imperial?
Yeah, freedom
I think
units.
Imperial, yeah.
Yeah,
We said metric by accident, we meant Imperial.
oh, you said metric by accident. I legit like was
Yeah,
comparing.
I said it.
Yeah, like you're talking.
Okay.
I'm talking about like the freedom units, like the Imperial stormtroopers. Like yeah, the same thing.
Imperial Stormtroopers. Yeah, sure.
Okay, speaking of Americans, let's talk about a. I hope he's American. I don't want to make this mistake.
Well,
And a famous American man who made a big mistake
Okay. I think I know who you're talking about, but yeah, go for it.
at a company, and his mistake was the crazy prices for his convention.
Ah, you
That's
don't
right.
like
I'm talking about Bobby Kotick, the one guy that I do not like at all on earth.
Yeah.
You didn't think I was going to say Bobby Kotick, did you?
No, I thought you were going to talk about one of the other two.
Nah, fam. I'm talking about Bobby Kotick. So,
Alright, Mr. Bobby.
Mr. Bobby.
So what did
Um,
you do this time?
Mr. Bobby wants the mola, the
Of
monies,
course he does. He always wants the Muller.
the greens, the dollar bills,
The ka-ching ka-ching.
the pachinko. No, I'm joking. He does not want the pachinko.
I mean, he adds him to the game, so he gets ka-ching ka-ching.
Yep. So, Bobby Kotick decides to, well, him and his team, because it's not him solo. Uh,
Yeah.
decide to post their prices up for BlizzCon.
Yeah, BlizzCon, woohoo.
And they're pretty much insane.
Yeah, like way too much.
Well, yeah, like I look at the price, I'm like, oh, do I get the plane ticket priced with that?
Do I get a hotel for it?
Do I get some food with it?
Do I get a personal chat with Bobby Kotick himself?
Do I get to like punch him?
uh, probably not.
YouTube, that was a joke. Okay. Yeah, so
Jeez.
let's talk about the prices.
Okay.
I think these prices are in USD. So
Yeah, definitely.
yep, they're probably more respective in our currency, but we'll just keep them USD for simplistic sake. So the prices are 200 and roughly $250 for a general admission, which to be fair, people did say that it was roughly $200 before.
Yeah.
And then the expensive one, the one that like pretty much takes up more money, was like $850.
I mean, I have the prices pulled up. If you want me to
Yeah,
tell you.
what was it? $850. I was pretty much right.
Yeah, so the first one is $2.99,
Oh,
and then
not
the
even
second
close.
one is $7.99.
Basically
A bit cheaper.
130. Yeah, apparently, from what I recall, people did say that like the second one was about like 400-500, so that's like an increase of about like 300.
Yeah, from like previous years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Well, definitely.
Well, compared to, I don't know what AX's price is, but I can give you Smash's prices that we went to, like a last convention, which was like $50. So 50 Australian, which is like roughly like I'd say what, like 40 American or something along those lines.
Probably.
Yeah, so you're paying pretty much a lot more money. Yeah, that's not
Just
cool.
yeah.
Because you think about this, like let's say that's like a lot of money that you could spend inside Blizzard. Like
Right.
I mean, yeah, I mean like they don't have like all the stuff that we pretty much bought like at like special other cons that you can buy. This one's got like probably like more for entertainment. You're probably watching announcements and you're gonna play video games, right? But they're still
Yep.
like buying merch such as like shirts to support your favorite team or whatever, like this esports that's happening or other stuff that's happening.
Right.
I just gave like the basic because that's pretty much what I know. But yeah, yeah,
I just brought up the prices for Anime Expo just
yeah,
to
yeah.
compare 'em. For the entire expo, if you want to be there for the entire time, it's
Yep.
$145. I'm
USD.
assuming it's American. It doesn't specify, but I'm assuming it's American.
Right. That's
Yeah.
like pretty much like what triple, double, or like whatever the hell the more expensive one, like 5 times the price or something. It's like an insane amount of money.
Yeah.
Insane amount of money.
Because I mean, if you want the normal ticket, it's like twice the price.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you
Assuming it's
are,
all on USD.
what would you say?
I say assuming it's all on USD, of course.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
if you were a someone I don't know, like a normal working someone that doesn't have too much money, um, I would don't recommend to go there. Just watch it online because it looks like it's free online.
Yeah.
Other than that, people say like if you go like from what I know that the best time of going to this type of con is to meet up with friends, but that's pretty much anything because anything is good with friends.
True.
Uh, or you're a content creator and you have to make content based on what you say.
Yeah. It's quite expensive though. Geez, like
That is
if
really expensive.
because
I'm
you're gonna
hoping like that some of
if
the
you're a
content
content
creators
creator,
are like been paid for. That's what I'm hoping for because I feel bad if they had to shell out from their own wallet.
I mean, I guess depends. Some will, some probably won't. But
Yeah,
you
but
if
like
you're
I'd feel sorry for anyone that shells out like
800,
800 exactly.
and then that's not accounting for travel
Exactly.
and
I'm like,
accommodation.
right.
That
So
could
I'm
be
just
over a
saying like
thousand
like
easily.
you better get like a personal handshake from Bobby Cody. But then like even why would you accept that? Like he's a terrible man.
I know, right?
Like there is no way in hell that you accept that.
Bro, what would they show off that's worth $800? You know what I mean? Like, I can see you buying shirts and stuff and like other things like that, but what would be like truly worth that admission fee?
Well, think about this. Like nothing's worth the admission fee.
Like, because what are they gonna show? Like, they're not gonna show anything new.
Well, to be fair, right?
Yeah.
They may show their new IP that they're working on that they announced a couple years back at the last BlizzCon.
Is it the
There was one that they announced. Like that would be probably the most exciting thing.
what was it again? Was it? Is it? I have a feeling I kind of know what it is, but I'm not sure if it's right or not. So I don't want to say it. So
Yeah.
do you know on?
No idea. So let's just leave it at that. That they could announce
Okay, sure.
that. Or if you like one of their IPs, whether it be Diablo, whether it be Hearthstone, whether it be Overwatch, whether it be some other stuff, like maybe you're into that and you like to hear their announcements.
I
Other than
guess.
that, okay, because you've got it up, I don't have it up. What's the difference between the $800 and the standard admission? Like there is some like merch there. They
So okay.
say
So
it. They have to
what they
have written it.
include? Okay.
What's the
So
extra?
for the 800,
Yeah,
so
yeah. What are we
so the
working with?
extra is you get an exclusive Portal Pass lounge, which it says this like specifically: private viewing lounge, private concessions, gameplay experiences, concierge support, Blizzard employee meet and greets, and more. That's all under that exclusive Portal Pass lounge. You get separate registration line, separate security line, and early convention entry on Friday and Saturday. Lounge only.
Okay, so these are
That's
like
extra.
so
That's the extra.
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you're extending the day for 4 days instead of 2 days. Let's say that. Right? Is BlizzCon like 2 days? It's 2 3 days, right?
I have no. It's like, is it free?
I think it's three
It's
days.
from November the 3rd to November 4th. It says.
It's 2 days, right?
I guess.
Okay, yeah. So extending it for two more days. You have 4 days instead of two. You've got like a private lounge. Doesn't sound that exciting because like a private lounge. Like who's sitting with you? You're just your mates. Like usually when you hit up the bar, at least you got a private lounge. Like you're getting more than what you're getting at Blizzard's lounge. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
But and then what? Like meet talk with the devs.
Oh
Not
wait. Okay, wait. Sorry, I made a mistake. The BlizzardCon live events is from November 3rd to 4th, but there's also the BlizzardCon stores which are open from November 2nd. So I guess it's technically 4 days. November 2nd to November 4th for the
yeah.
stores.
Okay, but let's say
The
let's say
live
let's say
event is
like
the
so
3rd
you
and
say you
4th.
get 2 days early access to the pass, so you get to go inside the actual place 2 days early, right?
It's not. I guess you get. It says early convention entry on Friday and Saturday. So is that just timed then?
So that
Because on
means
the
okay. So it's okay. I'm gonna explain it to you, right? Which means
wait,
that's stupid,
no,
right?
no, no. Because the thing is, the normal ticket gives you early access on Thursday to the stores. So
Normal
I'm not sure.
tickets.
The normal tickets, yeah. So I'm not sure. Is
Who the
that
hell
just
knows? Who
timed?
the hell knows? But okay, basically
Yeah.
what we're trying to get at is like if basically okay.
Yeah.
There can be two. It can be one of two ways. Okay, it can be interpreted as you get extra days, right? That's the
Okay,
number way interpreted. The other way interpreted is that like you get to go a couple of hours early before everyone else, which means that if you don't like waking up early, it's not worth for you.
true.
Okay, so I mean, if
Okay,
you buy like yeah, like okay, now the next thing as well is like this is like that one like how in the other thing is like like in uh, I'm butchering the word. Wow, I'm terrible at this.
like, what do you mean?
Theme
Like,
parks.
yeah.
Do you remember when that like we were last went to a theme park? I don't know when it was like probably ages ago. They had like the two separate lines where if you paid extra, you got to go into like the quicker queue.
Oh, you mean for when we went to Disneyland?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's that it's the same
I get
concept.
what you're saying.
It's the
Like,
same
so the
concept.
lines,
Yeah,
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 you take, yeah.
yeah. It's the
Oh,
same
because there's a
concept.
separate registration line, separate security line. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Like it's legit. Like you're legit lining up for the shorter line.
Yeah, so you can just get in instantly. Yeah, yeah.
Right, right, right. Yeah, but that's like that's not like worth. You know what I mean?
I mean, what are these lines for, though? Are
Well,
these
think the
just for?
lines for like to go and test the games. Like they probably have all
Oh,
these
okay.
PCs to test them. You know what I'm saying?
All right, sure. I guess so.
But then, like again, like why would you go to like these kind of like stand in lines just to play like one session of a game? Like let's say you stand like 2 hours in line. See, this is why I think like the best area to be at BlizzCon because I've seen BlizzCon on like online and stuff, right?
Right.
Is to be at like the more chill places, right? Not like standing in line, like to be at like the tavern, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a
Somewhere to
Hearthstone
wind
game,
down.
like they all just sit there and everyone's just playing Hearthstone together. Like that is the most chill area I can to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you're meeting friends, you're playing against them. That's way more fun than standing in line waiting for let's say an hour, 2 hours just to get in, like to have a game. You know what I mean? One round of like whatever that's on the PC. Okay,
Yeah.
and to top of that off, right? What I just discussed before, maybe you don't play Hearthstone, like then like you don't get that chill experience. You know what I mean? There's probably other chill areas for that. I think like the other more fun at BlizzCon. The other thing I think is more fun at BlizzCon as well is the what's it called the esports because like watching esports team I think is more fun than standing alone.
Do they host? Do they host?
Yeah, they
I know
host
they
a
host
few.
it, but like,
They host a few,
yeah. Okay.
but
So it's
we're not
nothing
talking
like
about what we
finalists or
say.
anything.
We're saying.
It's not like finals or anything. It's
Oh,
just like
no, there
some.
is like apparently like Overwatch World Cup, like that's the finals there. Other than
Oh,
that,
okay.
I don't know any of the other ones because I'm not too invested in the esports scene that much, but I do know that there are probably like some finals. There are some
There's
finals.
probably something for like Hearthstone under the
Yeah,
sun.
there's like for a couple of games. Now we are getting sidetracked. What we're talking about is the prices.
Right.
The prices are insane.
Of course, too much. You're not getting too much for the price, to be honest. In my personal opinion.
Man, like it better include food and drinks. Like, because I think the food
Oh,
and drink
better.
prices would be just as insane as the normal prices.
I mean, it doesn't mention anything.
Well, think about this. Like, you go like Disneyland and stuff. Like, their food prices are insane.
Sure, it's a couple dollars for a packet of chips.
Yeah, like that is like yeah, that is like everywhere. Like even in Australia, we've got like the theme parks here. Their prices are insane.
Yeah, true. But I mean, when I mean a packet of chips, I mean
Yeah, a
potato chips.
legit packet of chips. I know, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like in other areas, they actually give you food, not
yeah,
like
yeah,
chips.
yeah.
I was
No, you can
starving.
get food as well. Like there was that one
But they're
guy
just
like
more expensive.
the leg steak that we saw, but like that was like that price was probably insane.
Yeah, it would have been like twice as much for like a sandwich or something.
Okay, anything else we want to discuss about the price before we move on to the other topic that I've got scheduled for us to talk about?
Um,
I say we've got scheduled. We'll just talk about random stuff.
Look, it's expensive, and I don't think it's really worth it.
I
But you're
don't
kind
think
of
it's worth the money.
forced. You're forced if you're kind of making content
I
on
don't
it.
listen. I don't even think like if you are the biggest Blizzard fanboy, right? I think like this isn't even worth. They shouldn't be paying for this amount for the ticket, right?
True.
Okay. Number two is like Blizzard is like such a bad company based on the reputation because of Bobby Kotick, right?
Yeah, and some of
Like
the
you
other
can
maps.
just tell that the money is not like you can tell like this money is not like the increase in money is not because like it costs more
It's not
money
going
to
into the
like
game.
run the facilities or go into the game like go back to invest again. No, that's just go into his pockets. Based on what we know, it's just going to his pockets.
Yeah.
Okay. Number three, I think everyone should just boycott the event. Like like to support like you know what I mean, like the actual devs instead of Bobby Kotick.
Right.
That's my opinion.
If you really want to see it, honestly, just watch it, or just play one of their games and watch it. Like you can probably play Diablo 4 and watch it at the same time. To be honest.
Yeah, but I'd
Like, you know
like
what I mean? Or,
I'd live boycott it just because the price is insane.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch it.
No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
saying live boycott. Like as in live boycott, like people going there. I would not recommend going there.
Nah. I mean, some people are probably gonna be outside of it. Just I don't know. Maybe doing stuff. I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'm not sure. Just gotta be
Hmm.
careful though.
Okay.
And
Now
then there's the other thing, isn't there?
the other.
The other fun thing.
Yeah. Overwatch 2. Of course, we always talking about Overwatch 2 as well.
Overwatch 1.5.
Redefining the sequel.
Redefining that sequel, yeah.
As they say, they've definitely done that, but not in the way they were hoping for.
Definitely not.
Um, they announced their PvP missions. No, PvE missions.
And yikes.
And like if you watch the trailer, it doesn't look too bad. It's not bad. Like the prices is stupid. You're making us pay quite a bit
Yeah.
of money for that. The issue was that there was a group of content creators that actually went out to go and play test the game, and from what I know, they said it was mid.
Right.
So I feel bad for anyone who've been waiting for the PVE, and it's not even the PVE that we wanted. Like this is the unskilled tree one.
Yeah, this is the one we weren't promised.
Well, no, we were promised two of them, but this is not the one we like the replayable one. This is like just a single one.
Okay, yeah.
So we
This is
were
just
still promised this. What?
this is just like the worst of both worlds kind of thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is not good apparently.
Yeah, and doesn't it cost like $15, was it?
Yeah, it costs a lot of money for the pack. Now you might be like, okay, and then like, what the next bombshell they hit us with is that like, don't expect PVE for quite a while after this one. So there's a high chance that we won't get PVE until 2024.
Which is funny.
Which is again like, what did you guys do in those 4 years where you stopped developing content for Overwatch 1?
Downloading Bobby Kotick's wallet.
Oh, we legit like perfected the store.
Because bro, whatever they were doing, they don't have anything to show for it.
Well,
Because it's always been thrown
to
out.
be fair, I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay, I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay, they said that the skill tree game mode that they were working on was harder than making new heroes.
Sounds
Okay.
like cap. Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna say cap or no cap because I don't know because like I said they plan like 30 skills for each hero, so like that's a lot. But then
It's
like
a lot.
well yeah, and then like that's not the issue with I've got. The issue what I have is that let's say that means they pretty much use all the development time to work on these replayable missions, okay?
Yeah.
So that's like let's say that's like 50 to 60% of your time you used on develop on that, okay?
Yeah.
That's a like large chunk, and then you threw that out the window. So like that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Like if we at least kept that, yeah, right, then we would have something to show like what they did in the past 4 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
But because they got rid of that, and that was pretty much like their biggest selling point, right? Because like I said, if this didn't take like if they didn't say that it would take much longer for this than like to do, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
A and B, if it was scrapped way earlier, like which I don't believe it is, because like this didn't sound like it was scrapped way earlier. This sounded like apparently they said it was scrapped when the game launched. Okay,
Yeah.
which again, like, which means that those 4 years they probably did work on that. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Let's say it was scrapped 2 years in, then at least they could have had 2 years to work on other stuff, which probably would have made, which we could have seen. You know?
Yeah.
But because none of that happened, that means they pretty much spent 4 years making like this game mode. You know what I'm saying? That they can't present it because you know what I'm saying.
They scrapped it.
They scrapped it.
Yeah.
But but like it, that's what I'm saying. Like, how much resources do you put into this one thing? Because you think about it, right? Outside of this one thing that they promised, new engine, but like no, you can't see that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
New sound effects, like yeah, you can hear it. Like pretty
Cool.
much redesigned skin for all characters. But then like you're making hundreds of skins anyway. So like
Yes.
that means like that's not a lot of effort, you know.
Yeah.
And then what? Like a battle pass implementation? Like no, like that's not content for us. Then it's like
Store.
a store, you know what I mean? Like that's also not for us. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only things are like these crappy game modes that you play once, you know, getting the license to collab with an anime, like that's I'm not saying that's like content. I'm just saying like that may have taken time, yeah, but that's something like well, other than getting one free skin, no one really cared. You know what I mean? Because that's like money for just that's just money. You know what I'm saying?
That is just money. That's
Right,
not
and
content.
that's not content again, yeah. And then you got all these mini game modes, such as like the recent like hide and seek game or whatever it's called, like prop hunt, which again like isn't that hard, like you know what I'm saying. So the
And then
most the things that we actually got right on release was 3 new heroes, a couple of maps, but we lost the game mode. We lost the whole game mode as well. So we did lose. So we legit lost like a whole bunch of maps and a game
and a
mode
whole
to be replaced with a whole bunch of maps and a game mode. So that's like you're not adding anything. That was just a
It was like
replacing.
equalized.
That's
Yeah.
just replacing. So okay, we then after that what we got 3 heroes, yeah,
Yeah.
and then we got 2 more heroes, like you know, as of now, yeah, that's like what 5 heroes. But then like we could have had like more heroes if you didn't work on that, you know. They said like
Right.
it was harder to whatever. And then we also get what another few maps here and there. And then on top of that, we've what we're gonna get in the next update. We're gonna get PBE that you have to pay for. So like, let's say you don't pay for it, so you're not getting that. Okay, the people that don't pay for it, you don't get that, right? And
So
then what? Another hero and a game mode, like legit. This game mode, which looks pretty good, like in my opinion, it looks pretty good because it's like basically a hard point from Call of Duty,
oh, good.
which is pretty good. I'm saying it's pretty good, right?
Right.
If it doesn't feel good, then it's like not it. You know what I mean?
It's not it. It won't be it.
Right. But like all I'm saying is like it. We basically got like the newest content, like the newest way to play, right? Outside of the 5 heroes, this new upcoming hero, and then a new game mode. Because the other one, like game mode, is replacing the other game mode. So basically, we're getting a new game mode. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you think about
Yeah.
it, what 6 new heroes and a new game mode, 2 new game modes. If you do want to consider the other one like that, but it's like that's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
not a lot. That's like a legit not a lot. I know what we lost one player so 5v5, which to
Yeah.
be fair, and then a couple of reworks, but then like you know like which just changed the way you play. You cannot play the same aggressive style. You cannot play this style. You can't do this. It's like bro, like you know what I mean. But to be
Yeah.
honest,
That's
it's
not
not it's not
enough.
worth it. Like that's not worth 4 years of waiting. You know, like for all OG Overwatch players who legit waited 4 years of waiting, right?
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. Of
You
course
know,
not. No wonder why this game's free.
well, no,
But
the only reason they have it free is they had to put a cost, and then you buy the battle pass and like a shop. It would have been like in flames. You know what I'm saying?
no, yeah. It reminds me a lot of Halo Infinite, to be honest, and how they did stuff, which also went
Yeah,
in
like
flames.
that's another terrible game.
But it's like, what's the word? I just don't understand how like you had this concept and you have a live service and you just didn't do it live service. You just like, oh, we're just gonna scrap it. Like you could
Dude,
have done it in a live service way and make more money.
dude,
But you just
I don't
like
know.
why?
Well, I'm gonna explain to you what's the decision here. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you, right?
Okay.
Um, this is that one bit in a business, right, where like the first thing that is scrapped is the stuff that is not making you money. Okay,
Right.
I want you to think about this for a sec. Usually, when a business like wants to scrap things to like save money, right? or not even scrap, like readjust, you know what I'm saying, is the research and development department, okay?
Yeah.
But like in a game, like you're pretty much always researching and developing to make something, right? But because you have a live service, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Your live service is basically your business and it's making money. So the research and development, whatever you're developing, is not making money,
Yeah.
So basically what they do is they were like, all right, look, we've got a game or we've got a business that's making money. Why not we just take some of the people that are working on a bit that is not making money, because you still need a research and development part because like if you don't, like there's no future, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely not. Yeah.
We get these people and we just chuck them onto the main game and we're like, work on this because it's making us money,
Right.
right?
In the
And so,
short run, it works, but in the long term, it screws everything
well,
over.
it's not that the long term it works. Like it's like, okay, well, you put them in. What are they doing? These guys, like they're fixing bugs and they're patching the game with balance updates and like making more skins. You know what I mean? To sell more. Like that is legit it. You know what I'm saying? So you grab all these guys instead of working like to make it like a new game, like the beat that everyone wanted. They just throw them in to do this. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
You know what I mean? Like like
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
well, and you sit there. It's like you legit just like killed off the entire fan base of PVE people who are actually looking forward to PVE because there's a lot of people that don't play Overwatch because they want it to be PVE. So you just
Mm.
kill off those people that was probably invested in the game that were like really interested to play the game. So you lost like a lot of fan base, which again is stupid. Like I don't understand why you would do that. Again, because you said it would have made more money in the long run, but because it's not making money now, yeah,
Yeah.
do that. And of course, like like
I mean,
it's
they didn't even
stupid.
kill off just that. Probably kill off for more because it's like there's no content to let other people who don't even want to play just that game mode, who want to play other stuff in the game, to play. What are they gonna play? There's not enough content for them to keep playing. You know what I mean? So they're just probably gonna hop off, if anything. So it might just be a
See,
majority
my issue is
or
that, like,
casual.
again, my issue again, right, is that if you had known that you were going to, yeah,
Yeah.
scrap it, right? Let's say Bobby Kotick, why don't you just scrap it way, way, way earlier, and then like that way, let's say like you scrapped it in year one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, then the devs could have been like, we went in a different direction. Okay, like at that point, you're like, when they, you know what I mean? You're like, okay, whatever, right? And then yeah, they said like those 3 years they could have worked on, right? Which let's say they did, yeah. Overwatch 2's launch, let's say could have launched with maybe 6 or 7 heroes, but instead because of it didn't, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We lost a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Maybe. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a
Anyway,
game flopped and they had to cut corners or
basically, it's a
something.
shit show. Let's just say that.
Oh, definitely is.
Yep.
No, other ways they could have handled it, and they did one of probably the worst
Well,
way to
because
handle it.
like Bobby Kotick is Bobby Kotick. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I know, but it's like you're not making any. You're not gonna make less money out of this.
Yeah, but at
Like,
this point, Bobby Kotick, like, do you think he really cares? Like, at this point, he knows that Activision is being blowed out. You know what I mean? So he just makes whatever decision. You know what I'm saying?
I get, I
Like
get. Oh, I
basically,
get. Actually, that makes more sense because
think about
if
this.
they
Think about
make,
this. What we're saying? What you're saying?
I was gonna say, if they make better short-term decisions to make them look better, there's a higher chance they'll just get bought out.
Well, think
'Cause
about
of that.
this.
So
Bobby
yeah,
Kotick's
actually,
probably like think. We don't. Well, at that time, no one knew that the court case was gonna put a halt to like the
no, yeah,
purchase.
no one,
So
yeah,
at that time, Bobby Kotick's like, okay, let's say I have 1 month left. Okay, let's say of being here. Yeah,
yeah,
let's put all of these guys that in the research and development into like making the game, like making the live service aspect, so like they can churn out, let's say, more skins, and then that equals more money for me. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Instead of leaving these guys and I get less money for that month or that I'm here, yeah, I get double the amount of money now, yeah. So that when I leave with more money. That's basically his
yeah.
idea,
They basically, yeah. So they look. So the thing is, they do it. So they look better in front of Microsoft, and Microsoft offers more to buy them.
It doesn't look better for in front of
I mean, it
Microsoft.
looks just better. Like what I mean, though, that it just
Oh,
makes
you mean like
not
more
better.
attractive?
It,
It's not
it
like it
looks
made more money,
yes,
and yeah, okay,
yes.
yeah, that's true.
Like in the short term, like it made more money
Yeah.
then than it is now.
Mm.
But they made the deal then. You know what I mean?
Right, right. But then, like, if
Yeah,
you think about it, now the issue is because of that, like, the Microsoft Activision, like, extended, yeah.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He's still making more money, but it screws us, yeah. Because remember, like Phil Spencer can come in and be like, "All right, guys, I actually want this PVE, yeah."
yeah.
And like maybe like let's say when we say scrap it, like they've probably still got it on the back burners. Like there's no way they completely scrapped it. They're probably waiting for Activision, like the devs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like because if they completely scrapped it, and then Phil Spencer comes back and like, "You actually want it," and they're like, "Oh, but we scrapped it." You know what I'm saying? So you never
right.
know what can happen. You know?
I mean, but this is like a similar thing with they did with Bethesda. You know how Bethesda they made bad games, but they only
Yep.
did it just so they could get bought out.
Yeah, I
So
know.
the
I
game
know.
would make a profit and then
Mm.
get bought out. So it's like a similar situation, I
Yeah,
would say.
yeah. But
But
like I
it
said,
just
like I legit think Phil Spencer would want to make that PVE. You know what I mean?
oh, probably 100%. He probably wants it because it'll make him more money.
Yeah,
To be honest.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, like even though, like you know, like they said that we stopped it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, uh, basically, that's our theory. Well, we could be both completely wrong. Anyway, we'll see how it plays out, and let's move
And
on
then
to.
yeah, and then Kodak will buy another yacht.
Oh yeah.
Ugh,
Okay. Speaking of money, let's move on to the next uh money
money.
guy, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He's
Elon. Elon and his
ruining
favorite
Twitter
number
again.
five,
He's ruining Twitter
Twitter.
again.
I mean, it's not the first time.
Well, it's not the last time either. That's what the
Oh,
scary
definitely
thing
not.
is.
Time to move from Twitter to
Well,
something
is
somewhere
Twitter
else.
done? Like that is a really legit question.
I mean, Twitter is probably slowly dying because of it. I won't be surprised.
Well, he puts a cap basically on how much tweets and stuff you can use.
You
Um,
can view, and
you can
yeah,
view and stuff.
it's supposed to deal with data scrapers.
Apparently, I don't believe that.
Well, I mean, in theory, it works because it stops bots from just keep gathering data. Because what they do is just like go and look through tweets and just gather
Mm-mm.
data. It stops them from just like mass looking at tweets. Like you can just make a bot instantly and just do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It'll
but
stop it.
that's
But it's
okay.
like it's not a long term solution. It's just a
Right,
solution.
right, right.
Yeah,
And look, it makes sense. It does make sense, okay? But the issue is, if like from the outside perspective, everyone's like, okay, this is the way for us. They're forcing us to purchase it so we can get more tweets.
yeah,
That's what it looks like to us. You know what I'm saying?
true.
Because like, let's say like like you don't know about this like data bot, whatever it's called, right? And then you
Yeah,
sit there and you see the numbers, and you're like, I get 600 or 800, whatever it is, right?
yeah,
For free. But then like, let's say I need more, right?
right.
You know, um, 8,000 is like 10 times the amount. You know, I'll pay this the monthly fee to get that 8,000 example. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That, like that's what it looks like. You know,
yeah. It does look like that.
right?
But I'm assuming the reason it's done like that also, like just in my personal opinion, looking through the bot thing,
Yeah,
just because like if you're making a bot, you're not paying. You know what I mean? You should have just not going to pay. Like, why
yep,
would you
yep,
pay?
yep.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, okay, we'll just run a bot, do whatever. But since it's more if you want to pay, it's like it's putting like a cap, if that makes sense.
That is
Or-
true. Okay, that is true.
but as you said, if you're looking from an outside perspective, it looks like they're trying to kill the platform. It looks like they're trying to get people to purchase so they can like go and look at more tweets and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
Basically trying to
like
get more monthly subscribers.
yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
But this is also
And I wouldn't
really
be surprised if that's also part of it. I wouldn't be surprised if that's also part of that. You know what I mean?
yep.
If they're also trying to do that.
And
But
of
yeah,
course, like the biggest losers in this, I feel bad. Like I think the people that should be like screaming Elon Musk in his face right now are social media managers. They are like the biggest losers in this. Their legit job most of the time is to post and updates, right? Whether let's say you're a sporting team and like you want to post updates to let everyone know what times your sporting game's gonna happen, you know, or
yeah,
what if like if the game's cancelled, for example, because it's raining, you know what I mean? Or when tickets go on sale for like certain events, you know? Like
yeah,
these are the stuff like if you max out your tweet limit, you know what I'm saying? Because these guys will pay the $25 because you know the company will cover that. That's not the issue. The issue is if they cap their, you know what I'm saying? What happens then? Like you know what I'm saying? And that you were supposed to like, you know what I mean? You're legit being paid a job to monitor, you know what I'm saying? Your Twitter, yeah,
yeah,
and then like post stuff like that when the information comes in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that screws over that, and then on top of that, the viewers also, because like let's say the viewers of certain like supporting certain sporting teams or like your favorite artist or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Those also are the biggest losers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like let's say that every certain amount of days I look at this to see what time my football, soccer team, basketball team, whatever is playing. You know what I mean? And then I
Yes.
can plan my weekend around that example. Yeah. And if I'm,
Yeah.
but like, what happens if I max out my Twitters? I can't see it. You know what I mean for the day. Yeah. And then I miss said game because I didn't know what that time was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, because thank God the internet, you know what I'm saying, exists, we can
Yeah.
just look it up. But I'm saying, like,
True.
I'm just saying, like, this is not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This, like, those are the only two types of people that I feel bad for. Okay, or like, obviously, other than like other people who like update Twitter, like for like, you know what I'm saying,
Like advertising for their
advertisement,
stuff.
like restaurants and stuff.
Artists
What was
and
saying?
maybe other stuff. I was like
Artists,
artists.
restaurants,
Yeah.
whatever, right? I do
Yeah.
not feel bad for the people who use Twitter for. I'm gonna post my lunch, on Twitter, and then get like clout. You know what I mean? Or I'm
Sure.
gonna record someone screaming and just post it on Twitter. Or I'm gonna record like, you know what I mean, someone doing the cinnamon challenge, some stupid ass stuff. You know what I mean? Because those guys, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like. I'm saying I don't feel bad for them because like those are not like, you know what I mean, like. You guys are just scrolling through random shit. You know what I mean? You don't care what you see on Twitter. You're just scrolling it for the lols. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like, but that's like everyone. There's like all these people that like scroll through the lols, but like people who like to use Twitter, like right, as an updated platform, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, I know people who like who use Twitter with like with YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, like to update like their communities, right? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, because
Those
you can.
guys get screwed over as well, right? And their
Yeah.
viewers as well. But like I said, like I feel for all of these people, but I do not feel for the random people that just scroll through Twitter. They're like legit, like, let's look at Twitter, and like, you know what I mean, and they just scroll through like their Twitter feed and then waste it within like 2 minutes because there are, you know what I mean.
I do find it dumb though. Like anything you see on Twitter counts as one. Like even comments, they count.
Yeah, but now here comes a real question, right?
If you look at 10 comments, like 10 already gone
Well, let me
instantaneously.
just ask you this. I don't know
Yeah.
if anyone's tested this because I don't know what because I don't know what the test limit or like what is like the what people have done with this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say there's two tweets that you view, okay?
Yeah.
What does the count look like, right? You kind of get what I'm saying?
My
I want you to think about this. You got two tweets, one
okay,
on
sure.
top, you got one on the top, one on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
I look at the top tweet, I click it, I look at it, and then I go down on the bottom tweet and I look at it, okay?
Yeah.
Now, that counts as looking at two tweets, okay?
Yeah.
Now, what happens if I just go back and forth between these two tweets 300 times? So that equals 600 tweets.
Probably, to be honest.
Does that equal 600 tweets, or is that because like still two tweets because I looked at the same tweet over and over again, but I just kept swapping between the two. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm assuming yeah. To be
So like,
honest.
because no, I don't know. I don't know the answer. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know either.
I don't know the answer. The next thing is right.
But my thing is, if a bot was to do that, I feel like they would want to target that.
Like, so you're saying
I
that if
want
I
to.
swap between two tweets, right? Click one tweet, click two tweet, click one back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Does that count as looking? You know what I
I'm
mean?
not sure.
Because
I'm
like
not. Yeah.
like what makes sense to me is like, let's say I saw a tweet, yeah. I
Yeah.
close the Twitter app or I close my phone, and then I come back to the same tweet 5 hours later. That counts as two different tweets for me, right?
Yeah.
But let's say I keep the tweet open for a whole hour and I'm still viewing that same tweet. That's one tweet, right?
Right.
Because like there's no like it's not like I look at it for like 10 hours and then like it will have like a random counter. You looked at it 1 hour. That's like it's taken tweet. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But then, like, what's the difference between like me flicking between the two tweets, right? Like, is there like a 5 minute buffer where like if I get off these for 5 minutes and come back, you know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying? Or is like instant? Like if I go and I look at another tweet and come back, does it count as like three tweets? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like no one's
I
tested this stuff.
No, because I'm also assuming because if you click on it, you'll see comments too. So that
Right,
would
but
also make yeah,
but like you're let's say you're on your phone, like your phone screen doesn't like it's not going to show like you know what I mean, like or even if you're on your computer phone screen, whatever, right? It's not. It's like you're saying that whatever's on my screen, all of those count as tweets. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I've got a big
yeah,
screen, yeah. I've got a big screen, right?
yeah.
Example, yeah. So my screen could probably hold one tweet, but with 6 comments. Does that mean it automatically counts as 7?
I think so.
Or do I have to
I think
count
that's
the?
how that works. Like that's how it
Or
appears to look. I can't say for something. You know what I
that
mean?
means we don't even know because that's what I'm saying. We need a counter or something. We need like something on the top right that says how many tweets we read because like that way, like at least we know, like you know what I'm saying.
Right. I
Without
mean,
this, like you can randomly sit there and then one minute you're fine and the next minute you got 0.
right. Let's hope it doesn't stay because you know how remember it's temporary.
Yeah, yeah,
Temporary.
yeah.
Said. Let's hope it doesn't stay because I'm assuming if they do put a counter, that's staying. I'm assuming.
Right, right. But
Yeah.
remember, like no one is physically gonna sit there and count how many tweets and sit there. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
and let's say like before midnight, because let's say it moves over midnight. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. It's like, all right, I've got about 10 tweets left. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Next thing, does looking at your own tweets count as your tweet counter? Like these are all like questions that we don't know.
I'm not sure because I know if you post one, it counts. If you put it away, it does count. So,
And how do you know that? Like,
oh, how do I know that? Or
yeah.
because like they were said if you post a tweet, it
Oh,
counts.
okay. Like that
Yeah,
was the
so,
official
so
statement. That was the official
if you
statement.
if you if you look or post, it counts. It
Okay.
counts towards the count. And they also stated comments, but I don't know how that. But we don't know how those work specifically. What they have to click the comment or you just see it. You know, you're not sure.
Because like again, like that'd be unfair for people who have giant ass screens. You know what I mean? You see 10 comments on your screen compared to your phone where you see like 2 comments. You know what I mean?
Also, be unfair to how you said the like people who have to social media managers when they have
Mm.
to actually look through comments to look at like, oh, how is this post doing? Is the
Yeah,
people
that screws them
like it
over
or
as
not?
well. Yeah,
That screws them up because they have to look through hundreds probably, and it's like, oh yeah, you can't, and you're like,
yeah.
oh, well, that's that for today. Oh, it's strange.
It is a weird one.
It is weird. Yeah.
Okay, and let's wrap it up with some good news. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Nintendo decided to blow us away with probably the best game showcase we've seen in a long time. We say a
Probably
long
yeah.
time as in like everyone's showing showcase. Uh, Nintendo decides to hit us with some crazy stuff. Example, they showed off I think the new Mario Kart like courses.
That wasn't
Uh,
in the direct. That was like
yeah, I know, but like I'm just saying what Nintendo just shows off as well outside
okay,
of that,
sure.
anything. We saw like a new Mario Kart races. We saw a couple remakes. We saw new games. We saw Elephant Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just saw a lot of games. Um,
Right. Yeah.
and
That's a
obviously
mix.
we both got excited.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a phenomenal Mario Bros game, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I think that's gonna be incredible.
Sure. Yeah. Looks to be fun.
Yeah.
Although most of the games are remakes,
Yeah.
so I wonder.
I want to say I was hoping for a. We did get a Mario RPG remake, but I was hoping for one of those like Mario Bros. One where like you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
Similar to
maybe.
Partners in Time. I'm hoping for Partners in Time remake because we did get a Bowser's Inside Story, and we did get like the what is it the first one on within the purchase. Remember that?
The dream, something saga, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm
Something.
saying like that was part of the bundle where
Yeah,
you purchased it. Yeah,
but the only problem was is like that company's gone bankrupt.
yeah, but I was hoping for I was hoping really hoping for a remake of a Partners in Time. I think that would be
They can
fantastic.
they can probably get someone else to do it,
I
probably.
hope so. That is fantastic.
Yeah, but since most of the games are remakes, do you reckon the Switch is coming near its course? Because it's been almost 7 years now since it came out. Like, do you think it's nearing its end? The good old Switch. Because a lot of people are thinking that.
Dude, we can keep speculating and stuff because everyone keeps saying the Switch Pro, the Switch Pro, the Switch Pro.
I mean,
Um,
true. people saying that
And then
someone,
like what happens? We end up with the Switch OLED and the Switch Lite.
I guess, but it's like, but genuinely, the Switch came out March
No,
2017 though.
I don't blame you. I'm not saying that. Like, are we gonna get a new Switch or are we gonna get something completely new? Like, as in, are we gonna get like something
We'll
new?
see.
We might get something new. Like,
It'll
because
be
we
something new, but I wouldn't be surprised if it has similar features to the Switch. Because like, remember I told you like a couple months ago, an LCD screen was leaked. Like a manufacturer of
yeah,
LCD was
yeah.
working.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
so
that. But like, yeah, I'm just because the Switch is the most successful console. I just say like,
yeah,
yeah, I get that, and like maybe you want to just make an upgraded version of the Switch, but then that would suck because that means everyone has a Switch would be like, all right, we want the upgraded version, let's go. So it would suck for everyone. You know what I mean?
true. It would.
Because that would basically replace your Switch.
Yeah, I I hope whatever it is, it can play Switch games. Whatever it is.
Right,
So
but that's what I'm saying. If it's like a brand new console, right, something completely new, I think that'd be cool because that way, like, you got your Switch, just like how some people have the Wii and the Switch. Like that's
yeah,
cool, you know what I mean? But like, it doesn't like obsolete it, you know. But unlike the DS, where like each new DS would pretty much like destroy the previous one.
yeah. I mean, like, because the Wii was, the Wii U was like an evolution of that. Even though it didn't do well because of poor marketing, it was an evolution.
Yeah, yeah,
Switch was an evolution of that. If anything, we're just going to see an evolution of the Switch, most likely. You know what I mean? To an extent, like
yeah,
probably
yeah,
going to see
yeah, yeah, yep.
something maybe even more portable that has more interactive features.
Maybe you never know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I just feel sorry for people who bought Switches recently, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That is, if that is the case, well, like you never know. Maybe the Switch goes on for another couple years. If that's the case, like geez.
Right.
But it's just like, I mean, I like the games they showed off though.
Yeah,
Can't
of
wait.
course. Yeah, of course we did. Of course.
Yeah, Mario Wonders is gonna be fun.
Mario is gonna be crazy.
That game looks so refreshing,
Oh, it looks great, fam.
and that would have been what, the first 2D Mario game since probably the Wii U or the Wii U one. Like the
Yep,
new, yeah, like 2D one. So I don't know. Like
yep,
it's been a long time, and it looks to be fun.
yep. That is true.
And also Pikmin 4 and other games like that will also
Yeah,
show up.
yeah. No, those the games are all gonna be great. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. And then we also had the what's the word you mentioned earlier, the Mario Kart stuff,
Mm,
which that's also coming to an end because this is the second last map pack for him.
yeah.
So
Who
yeah,
knows? Who
actually,
knows? We'll wait and see.
that actually caught me off guard. Me just realizing that. Jeez.
Yep. All
Oh
right.
yeah, but like
Yep.
everything
Go
was
ahead.
good.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
Everything
good.
good. Good.
Yeah.
Ending on a good note. All right
Yeah.
then. I guess that ends that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's end it here. Any last
Cool.
words?
Uh, Meta's new threads, I guess. Twitter's new competition.
Who knows? Who knows?
And
We'll see where
we'll
that
see.
goes.
I mean, hey, friendly competition is good competition, eh?
We say that now, and then data bots start infecting that, and then they put a limit.
Maybe, you never know.
You never know. All right then. All right.
See
See
you
yous.
guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.